Vet nurse Leisl has brought her 2-year-old bearded dragon into the clinic.
Oh yeah, bring him in every now and then. He gets a bit lonely at home by himself. Look at that face. Yes, you are so really. Yes, you are.
While Leisl may refer to her cold-blooded friend as a he, she actually has no idea whether her reptile is a boy or a girl.
Hopefully I'm going to find out what sex is. I mean, I don't know if anyone here knows how to. It's not exactly as easy as it is with a dog or a cat, but if anyone can, Chris can.
What's its name?
This is Zahir Horatio Sampson Althea Tallulah Phineas. It's hard to name when you don't know the sex.
Hang on, I'm going to get this down. Being called on to sex a bearded dragon isn't your everyday request. You can't just look for things hanging down. With a bearded dragon, what you're looking for are bulges. When you lift up the tail, if it's a male, you'll see 2 very subtle bulges just above the bottom. If it's a female, just 1 bulge. But quite often, it's really hard to tell. Oh,
Take that. I have to.
oh, it just gets darker and worse as time goes on. I just can't believe she's gone 2 years without knowing the truth. Well, Leisl, I'd like you to meet Althea Tallulah. She's a girl.
Oh, I have a little girl. I'm actually really excited that it's a girl.
You normally expect the "it's a girl" being shouted out to be at the time of birth.
Well, now we know she's a girl. Chris, tuck her up. Go on.
Oh, I've kissed worse.
We picked her up on Saturday from a breeder in Canberra. Brought her home. The first day she was very bouncy, playing with everything, but then she's gone downhill from there.
9-week-old Kiko is being admitted to the Bondi Referral Hospital, SASH. The tiny Japanese Spitz puppy is suffering severe vomiting and diarrhoea.
Mark's been sleeping next to her at night time, and I've been having
Because we
time
thought
off
maybe
work.
distress was one of the problems, because she would cry a lot at night.
Worried owners Nicole and Mark have only had Kiko for 5 days.
Hello, Kiko. Now, what's been going on with her?
Brought her home on Sunday. She cried all night, but Mark slept next to her.
Yeah.
She had 3 meals on Monday. She slept in the bathroom, but she was very distressed. She peed in her bed, and she still had diarrhoea.
Nicole and Mark are very devoted parents. Kiko is their first baby. Nicole's been keeping a diary of her. They've hired babysitters. They are really proud parents, but unfortunately now they're very worried parents because Kiko's got a big fight ahead of her. Dehydration can be a killer in a dog of her size. Basically, all the fluid's been sucked out of her body and been lost in her diarrhea and vomit. And if we don't treat that, it can cause her body basically to shut down.
Hey Tim, how you going?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. Look, I was just wondering if you'd be able to get up and check out one of our koalas. And look, I know it's a shocking day, but Meg, she's a bit off, mate. I think she's in a bit of pain.
Perfect day.
He's Meg.
Got Meg? Jeez, wet little darling.
Meg is a very sick, depressed koala.
Dry off.
Her Joey died just a week ago.
Meg's 4 years old now. Last year she lost a Joey, and this year the same thing's happened. Sometime through the night, it gets out of the pouch, whether she throws it out of the pouch or it's exploring or something, but for some reason, by morning, it's so cold, we find the Joey and they're already deceased. I'm going to grab arms and hind legs, so all we need you to do is just keep her head up, and Chris is going to have a dig around in the pouch there.
The cause of Meg's pain is quickly discovered.
There it is.
Yeah. So if you can see, I've got my finger underneath the lump there. It's 50-cent piece sized.
Yep. You all right, mate?
Meg's got a dramatically enlarged mammary gland, so one of her little teats and the gland associated with it is a huge size. It's sore, it's hot, and it's a big concern because if that gland isn't functioning, she just can't support a young.
It's also the most likely reason why her last 2 Joeys did not survive.
You all right, Meg?
I'd be thinking either a pressure build-up or a mastitis.
Meg
is in pain. You can see it right across the face. And from what women tell me, mastitis is one of those awful conditions that just feel terrible. A real throbbing, awful pain that just won't subside. So we're trying to help her through that whatever way we can.
At the Australian Reptile Park, Chris has discovered that 4-year-old Meg has a severe case of mastitis.
Although I didn't want to have to put her through any of that, it's essential to get a good feel of that gland to see what's going on there.
The bacterial infection of the milk gland is an extremely painful condition that affects many breastfeeding women.
A bit of milk.
Yep.
The grieving Meg lost her Joey only a week ago.
It's usually a streptococcus.
Yep.
Gets into the Joey, causes infections in them. They don't thrive because their whole system's focused on trying to get rid of the infection.
Yep.
And, I mean, sadly, in the end, they die.
All right, mate.
The treatment for this is going to revolve around some nice warm compresses.
Yep.
So essentially some swabs, warm water, and just massaging that gland.
Okay. In behind the teat there?
Yeah, getting right in there. If we can break up that clot and just make it into liquid milk instead of the solid milk that it is, then we can get it flushing out and right out the end of the teat.
The antibiotics should kick in soon to relieve Meg's pain. Once the mastitis is cured, Chris is hoping Meg will finally become a successful
Put her back up
mum.
where she's comfy.
She likes you.
I don't think it's me. I think I'm skinny and I'm like a tree.
You got the touch.
She's 4, so let's hope that she's just young and she's not sure what she's doing, and maybe next year with a little bit more maturity and, you know, that she can keep a hold of one and, you know, get one full term.
Kiko again. We'll give that another go.
Lisa is taking a blood sample from the terrified Kiko.
Oh, he's a good girl.
You just want to cuddle.
All right, let's check what her glucose is.
She's hoping it will confirm her suspicion the puppy is suffering an extreme case of gastroenteritis.
Oh, that's low. She's got a blood glucose of 1.4. With the blood sugar that low, at the moment, that would cause signs of exactly what she's doing now, so really flat, lethargic. If it drops lower, if it drops below 1, she's going to be at risk of seizures.
Lisa's now administering glucose into Kiko's IV drip, but she must go very slowly.
Puppies are such fragile little things. I mean, we are so much bigger than them. She's 1.4 kilos, so we've got to be so careful with the amount of drugs we give her, the amount of fluids we give her. Everything has to be exact because there is so little room for error with these guys.
Yeah, go ahead, mate.
Yeah, mate, I'm out on the Gay Lagoon. It looks like Martha's copped a big bite.
Oh, you're kidding. You're definitely Martha?
Yeah, definitely Martha, mate.
Righto, give us a couple of minutes, I'll grab Chris.
Back at the reptile park, Chris's day just got more complicated.
Well, it seems like Martha's been grabbed by another gator. She's one of our oldest, dearest gators, and she thinks she's a bit tougher than she is, so she's probably tried to fend off one of the big guys and they've just let her have it. Where's Chris? He's coming.
30-year-old Martha must be treated urgently before infection can set in.
You know the drill, mate. If we go in for any reason, yeah, just stay cool. And I mean, you probably gonna need 2 at a time to get back in anyway to keep the boat stable. Yeah.
Calmer you are, yeah, definitely the better. Sure. Less splashing, just like a shark.
Yeah.
It's like a shark. it's good.
Righto, let's do it.
We need to get her very quickly and actually assess how severe the damage is. She could be losing blood, she could have internal injuries, we just don't know.
To find Martha, Chris and keepers Tim and Obi must search the lagoon, home to more than 30 alligators, all capable of killing humans.
See anything through there?
Nah.
You just can't see very far into this water, can you?
Nah.
When I was on land, I felt pretty comfortable. Out in the water, that's gator territory. This is going to be really tricky.
You can see each of them's got their own little territory.
Yeah.
Oh, he's standing up. Defence pose there, so the tail out of the water, the back in the head, just to...
That's not happy, is it?
Well, let's not go near that bloke.
Ooh. This has suddenly got much more serious for little Kiko. Initially I thought it was just a fairly non-specific gastroenteritis, and now she's got actually one of the horrible complications of gastro, which is low protein.
Lisa's hoping a plasma transfusion will stop the puppy's fragile system from shutting down.
Plasma is the clear part of the blood with the red cells taken out, and it's got lots of protein in it, and we give it to her through her IV catheter as a drip, and hopefully that will increase the levels. Because Kiko is so small, she only needs 14 mils of plasma. Most dogs will need a whole bag of it, and I have to just give her such a tiny amount because she's so little. There you go. Got your plasma. We've got so much tubing going on here. Basically, she's getting her fluids with her glucose, and she's having a plasma transfusion. We're not going to really know much until a few hours' time, and I'm really hoping that what we're doing makes a difference.
Get out of there.
Martha?
Nah, we wish. Be nice if it was, wouldn't it?
Out on Alligator Lagoon, Chris and keepers Tim and Obi are searching for the badly injured Martha. The 30-year-old alligator was attacked by a young male.
There she is, right there. Sitting on the bottom.
Jeez, Obes, good spot.
She's right there.
Sitting on the bottom, underneath the wharf. Pull it tight, pull it tight.
Yeah, got her. Let's get her in. You right, you jump on bank, Obes. Right. Gonna jump on behind me. 1, 2. Right. Could feel that power in her, even 3 of us on there, and with the head shake, you know, it's a bit of a tug of war, so you don't appreciate how lucky that was. Jeez. I haven't got much pressure on her, so just watch out if she kicks.
Yeah. So I've got a big gash there, massive gash there, and you can see a bit of blood coming through there too.
Can someone just watch out for the gators behind me?
Yep, right.
Not only has a gator picked on the oldest gator here, but they've also come in from behind and grabbed her pretty much when she wasn't looking, and just got their jaws around the back half of her, and obviously given her a bit of a shake and a bit of a tear.
Jeez, that's a big gash too.
Definitely bites, hey?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
She's in a pretty bad way.
Hey, little mouse. Do you want a bit of chicken?
A few hours later, and Kiko's plasma transfusion is starting to work.
Somebody loves chicken, come here. This is exactly what I wanted. It's the most important thing for her to get better is for her to eat and keep it down. So fingers crossed that that stays in her tummy.
It will be a slow recovery as Kiko's body heals. Concerned owners Mark and Nicole won't be taking their puppy home tonight.
Hello, you look better. You look better.
Still looks quite unsure of her surroundings and everything, doesn't she?
Yeah, no, she's. It's very scary for her to be here and so. Oopsie. That was the last thing.
I just had a heart attack.
So did I. No flying off tables, huh? You don't need broken legs as well.
I guess I just tried to think about when I've had gastro. No, it's revolting. So, you just hang in there, baby girl.
It's been a roller coaster for this little girl, and sadly Kiko won't be going home until I'm certain that she's recovered from this. She just needs a little bit more time. And then you'll beat it, hey? Yeah. Good girl.
Bye, Vicky.
Bye, little puppy.
With Mark and Nicole gone, an anti-nausea injection is all too much for the dejected puppy.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. Oh, you're really gonna hate me.
No, she's a beautiful old gator.
What are they doing roughing up you, old girl, huh?
Is there much flesh or?
There's a bit of skin. That's her. The base of her abdominal cavity there. Jeez. Let's give her a good nudge.
First of all, you need to clean it up, make sure there's no chance of infection, and then concentrate on bringing those wound edges together. Because we've got the added complication, the way that she's going to go back underwater, where there are bugs, there are bacteria that can actually get into the wound.
Just going to cut a bit of stuff away from her here so she might jump.
Just watch that.
What are you going to do with that?
No. It's a totally different beast than dealing with a dog or cat. This skin is just so thick, you really have to punch through with quite a bit of force.
It's a difficult assignment, and Chris is finding it hard to concentrate with his back turned to 30 curious alligators.
What was that? What was that?
As soon as you slip for a second, they're onto it.
At the Australian Reptile Park, Chris is under siege as he repairs the badly injured alligator Martha.
Occasionally I do get this sense that I'm being looked at, not in a positive way, but more sort of in a appetising way. And I just know there are eyes behind me right now, and I'd almost rather not look and just concentrate on getting it done as soon as I can. I don't think I've ever stitched faster. The 25th and final stitch. So all done.
It's a lot. They look good. Good girl, mate.
A final shot of antibiotics, and Martha is ready to return to the lagoon.
Right, wait, sorry. Looks good. Looks a little sore, but expected.
It's the first stitching I've done on an alligator, so it seemed to go okay. We managed to use the needles for some reason we never need to use in Bondi. But pulled them out, dusted them off, and away they went. But they did a good job.
Straight back to a hidey hole.
You won't see her for days.
We don't normally have a day with so many events. I mean, we pretty infrequently get the vet up, so it's been a big day.
Are we friends? Are we friends?
Little Kiko has fought a life-threatening case of gastroenteritis and finally won.
She's just turned the corner. She's done a formed stool, which is excellent. There's been no more vomiting. She's been eating really well. And yeah, she's ready to go home. It's great.
Look at that! Oh, hello, Bobby! I'm coming home. You want your picture taken with the vet?
Go to your girls. Go to your saviour.
The evil vet, so I've been labelled.
No,
Hey?
it's just Mike stirring you up.
You
Ready?
get cuddles?
She's the nice lady vet.
Everyone who's going to play with her for the next week is going to get
Dettol. They're not allowed to
hand rub first. Brilliant.
Bye!
Thanks, guys. Thanks again. See ya.
Hey, I've been in the zoo a long time and I've never seen anything like this.
Beer in there, or what's?
No, it's in an esky because it's a bit different than all the others. Have a look at that. You tell me what it is.
There's one last patient to see before Chris heads home.
That is just abnormal, isn't it?
You know what it is?
Well, the nose like that's either going to be a platypus or an echidna.
Yeah.
But it's got to be an echidna. It's an echidna,
It is,
isn't it?
and it's bizarre, isn't it?
Look, I've never seen anything like it. I didn't know if I was holding an alien when it first came in.
You've got legs, you've got claws, you've got almost a beak there. It's like 4 animals all combined into one weird little skin-covered package. So it's just the key to trying to stimulate him into wanting to have a drink. So if we can just...
The tiny echidna will have to be hand-fed to survive.
My initial response as a vet when you see him is to think, geez, he's not going to make it. But if there's one thing about these baby echidnas is they're tough. They do somehow find a way just to keep on going.
While the battle is just beginning for the young echidna, 2 months on, and there's good news for Meg. After treatment, her mastitis has cleared up and she's about to add to the park's koala population.
We kept up the treatment just for a short while and the lump disappeared really quickly. So after that, we've had a really good mating with Herman. So we believe her to be pregnant, and it's ended
Been
up...
called out to a dog that's been stuck in a fence. Now, it's apparently been there for a little while. Police rescue at the scene, trying to get it out.
A neighbour tipped off police about the emergency.
So he's trying to jump through these things here.
Yep.
He's made a mess, that's all his blood. He's been hanging there for a while.
Do we know who this is?
This is Woody.
Woody. Okay. This is incredible. Woody's been hanging at the window by his back legs. To me, it looks like he's tried to escape and actually got stuck by his back legs. Now, if the police didn't arrive when they did, Woody'd be dead. So front way's out.
Yeah, front way, yeah.
Where was he stuck? About?
So, still the front here.
Oh, right, yeah. I'll get to those in a second. I just want to check out the front half here.
In Woody's desperation to get out that window, he's worn down pretty much his entire dew claw. And that's where all that blood's come from. But to do that sort of damage, he must have been hanging there for hours. Oh, Woody, what have you done to yourself, buddy?
Chris is concerned Woody may have suffered brain damage from hanging upside down for so long.
He may have other internal injuries as well, which we don't know about yet.
A steroid injection is administered to help boost Woody's blood pressure.
I really hope this works, because if we can't manage to get more blood back to Woody's heart, his whole circulation is going to collapse. I hate to say it, if that happens, he just won't make it.
A distressed 7-month-old golden retriever has been rushed into the Bondi Referral Hospital SASH. Danny is struggling to walk and breathe.
He came in here when he was about 8 weeks old. He was bitten by a tick and almost died. He was on a ventilator for 4 days.
And we were so worried he wasn't going to make it, and we all became so attached to him, and I'm just so worried about him being back here so soon.
This time, owners David and Rosaline are convinced a plastic object is stuck in Danny's throat.
Oh, sweetheart.
He had a feel and he said
it's something... a long plastic.
If Mr. Lamb hadn't felt something stuck in Danny's throat, then I would be absolutely certain that he's got a paralysis tick.
Okay, let's get an x-ray.
Danny's just a baby, and it's cruel that he has to go through something like this again.
So when we found him, he was actually hanging completely out of the window by his hind legs. Police rescues actually had to cut the bars out, and he's been like this the whole time since we've been here.
Woody's shocked owner Shannon arrives home to find his best friend fighting for life.
Oh my God. I imagine he's been hanging upside down for quite a while too, which is going to play around with his circulation.
The steroid injection has helped boost Woody's blood pressure, and his circulation is beginning to stabilise.
So his legs are okay?
Well, his left foreleg is a bit stiff, and you can see he's holding up.
No, that got hit by a car 2 years ago.
That explains that. No one had me worried.
Shannon's telling me this story about how Woody lost the use of his leg 2 years ago in a car accident. And I'm here thinking, how much bad luck can one dog have? But I'm just hoping Woody's got enough strength to pull himself through this time too.
Yeah, okay.
You normally a good guard dog?
No, not at all. He's not a guard dog at all. See Woody help us. I'm absolutely in shock and horrified. He's part of the family. I mean, we all love him. I don't know what's going to happen. I just don't know what's going to happen.
Just checking for internal bleeding. That's fine.
Chris clears Woody of internal bleeding, but brain damage could still be an issue.
Yeah, the pupil is responding to that. Now, that's showing that he is at least detecting light. So he's not only making out light, he's also making out shapes and movement, which is good. So just to counter that dehydration, we're going to run this bag of fluids into his circulation, not too quickly, otherwise we might overwhelm it again. I really need to check out whether he's fractured those femurs or dislocated his hips. At this stage, the plan is to take him back to the vets. Come on, man.
Poor Woody, he's in so much pain. And all I'm thinking is, just hang on, mate, just hang on.
It's all right, mate. It's okay. Been through a lot, mate, I know.
Danny, sweetie.
Such a regular.
Danny's choking is getting worse. His owners believe he's swallowed a plastic object, but Lisa fears he's been bitten by a paralysis tick.
I have to take this just for their peace of mind, because they said they saw something in his mouth.
looks pretty good.
X-rays show Danny has nothing wedged in his larynx.
It all looks normal.
Oh, right.
So, you won't believe what I'm going to tell you, but I think that he's probably got a tick. Again? What a tick does is it paralyses parts of the body. So they have a toxin that they release into the bloodstream when they latch on, and that causes paralysis. And it can affect anything from the back legs to the upper airways to the breathing muscles. Potentially, one bite from a tick on a susceptible dog can cause death.
Next on Bondi Vet, can Woody survive his shocking trauma?
If the results of these x-rays are bad, you'd have to question his quality of life.
And Chris enters a lagoon filled with 30 hungry alligators.
I'm going in a battle with an alligator with a cricket stump.
Lift.
Chris is rushing Woody back to the Bondi clinic. The dog was found hanging upside down out of a window.
Rectum right?
Yeah, straight up on that table there.
X-rays will show if the dog has sustained internal injuries or serious fractures.
X-ray.
The reason I'm taking so many x-rays is that I need to be absolutely sure that Woody's okay. A normal dog might be able to handle the long-term effects of a broken leg or dislocated hips, but Woody's only got 3 legs. He can't afford to lose any more mobility. If the results of these x-rays are bad, you'd have to question his quality of life.
Hardest part of the night, Woody, I promise you, mate.
No.
Your dog's lucky.
Nothing.
His hips are in place.
Good.
No fractures of the femurs. His kneecaps are sitting perfectly.
You're lucky puppy. You're a very lucky puppy. Hey? Excellent. How good's that news? That's fantastic. Very good boy. Good sore you're going to be there, aren't you?
Woody's ordeal is almost over.
Sorry about that, Woody.
I guess it's only now when you get a chance to actually breathe that you realise just what Woody's been through tonight.
It's all, buddy. It's okay, mate. Do what's comfortable, mate. Oh, there you go.
He must have just been so close to death when that neighbour saw him, and thank God they did, and they made the call and we got him out. Incredible night.
Don't take on those bars, all right? Definitely don't fit through those.
Lisa is searching Danny for potentially fatal paralysis ticks.
Danny has deteriorated rapidly since he arrived. I mean, he's becoming more wobbly. He's lost his ability to swallow. Look at that, that's so different now.
Within minutes, a tick crater is found on Danny's cheek.
Looks like a crater.
It does. And the fact that it's on his head and he's got these signs of gagging, it would all fit in. Hey, sweetie.
Lisa is now convinced of her diagnosis and immediately gives Danny the anti-serum to try and stop the toxin spreading through his body.
Danny boy. So we're going to run the anti-serum in before we even look for more ticks because I don't want him to deteriorate any more than he already has. There we go. The sedation has really kicked in quite nicely.
The search now begins for any more lethal paralysis ticks that might be buried in Danny's fur.
We found anything? There's one. This is a tiny tick. I mean, they can get to 4 times the size of this easily, but such a small thing can be deadly to a dog.
A tick dip is being given as an extra precaution. It's a good bath. Danny will need to be monitored around the clock to make sure there's no life-threatening relapse.
I just hope we've got it early enough that he doesn't have to go on a ventilator, because that would just be awful.
Woody? What's going on, buddy? What are you doing? Woody looks so much better this morning. You gonna get up? Considering he spent 2 hours hanging upside down out of a window, his progress is just remarkable. But I'm not going to be totally comfortable unless he has another 24 hours under observation in here, just to be sure.
Come on, little Jeffrey. Come on.
It's midday and the clinic closes for lunch. Vet student Laura has let the kittens run amok. All of them are in the adoption program and looking for new homes.
This one's Bradley. Hello, Bradley.
Hello, Chris speaking.
But in the middle of the mayhem, there's an SOS call for Chris from the Australian Reptile Park.
A bit of a favour to ask. We've got a gator here called Alfie who's potentially swallowed a bottle. So, any chance of you coming up today?
What's going on?
Well, we've got Alfie, our American alligator, or one of. We had a visitor come up and say that he had a plastic bottle in his mouth, they thought. We come down a few minutes later and there's no bottle.
The worry is if he swallowed it, it's gone into his stomach, and if it pushes through into his intestine, then it'll cause a blockage. From there, it can actually be fatal very quickly. So it's a bit of a race against time to get in there, if it is in there, and actually remove it. This is all well and good, Tim, but can you tell me why I've got the little ones?
Yeah, well, they're the beginner's sticks.
It looks like a cricket stump. I'm going in a battle with an alligator with a cricket stump.
Next on Bondi Vet, tick victim Danny is still under threat.
If you can't swallow, then you can inhale it, and that can cause a big infection in the lungs.
And will Chris go beyond the call of duty?
I hope he's frightened, I am. Point of no return, mate.
It's good to remind me of that, Tim, thank you.
Chris is at the Australian Reptile Park to investigate if Alfie the gator has swallowed a plastic bottle.
He was right there before.
If he has, they must act fast.
So we walk in and Alfie's not there. So I'm thinking, well, is this really going to happen? And then the backup plan.
Alfie's just actually jumped back in the water. So hopefully we can just tap on a bucket, a couple of chickens, and we can bring him up.
Oh yes, we offer them some food. Worst case scenario, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 all come out.
And it's a warm day, so but they should be all right. You've got a little girl coming from this side.
Oh.
I'll have to jump it while it's pushed down.
All of a sudden feel very small, and the only thing you've got is an even smaller stick.
We've got Martha there.
Yep.
So just hang back a little. Remember, put the stick out as she comes.
Yep.
We get him another 2 metres, we're all right.
Sure.
1, 2, 3. You all right, Oates? Happy? Tail. Yeah, mate, could you come and help, Chris?
Just put a bit of weight on that.
Lizzie will watch you behind for any gators coming up. So we can just get him to open up a little bit. Come on, mate, open up. We've got the stick in there. Now, we get this pipe in.
There's that beautiful moment when they've subdued Alfie, the pipe goes in, and then it's over to me. And there's just a few mils of PVC between me and those beautiful crunching alligator jaws. And that pipe's been tested, it is strong enough.
Well, it hasn't cracked yet. Now's going to be the test. I hope he's frightened, I am.
Let's check your gag. Not that great, buddy.
Danny has survived the night after his
Hey,
second
let's see if you
battle
can
with
swallow.
the paralysis
Stay there.
tick. But there are still worrying signs.
Still not great. Tick paralysis can affect different dogs in different ways. His main problem was that he couldn't swallow. And if you can't swallow, then that means your food sort of just sits at the back of the throat, and there's the risk that you can inhale it, and that can cause a big infection in the lungs. Danny has had pneumonia before when he had tick paralysis, and it took him over 6 weeks to recover from that, so we just don't want to go there again.
Until Danny's swallow reflex is back to normal, the hungry puppy will stay on a drip and will not be allowed to eat or drink.
I'll use the left arm so I can still write with the right.
On the banks of a lagoon surrounded by 30 alligators, it's Chris's moment of truth.
The thing about an alligator is their jaws are made for crushing. Very powerful, they're shorter, and they love to just clamp down. So just feeling this, it feels like there's still a bit of food there.
That's the liver that he just ate.
To check Elfie hasn't swallowed a bottle, Chris must move his arm over the tongue, down the back of the throat and into the stomach.
Oh, I just swallowed on my arm. Oh, that's a weird feeling. It's amazing that with all that force, once you get past those jaws, everything's pretty relaxed until you get these occasional contractions that just clamp down your arm and try to force it right in there where they want it.
Chris needs to move fast as the restless alligators begin to take an interest.
What the hell was that? What the hell was that?
Just, nah, they're all right.
There's one area right at the back that I do want to have a feel before we're sure that he hasn't swallowed it.
At the Australian Reptile Park, Chris is carrying out his daunting internal examination of Elfie after reports the gator had swallowed a bottle.
Yeah, Martha's all right. She's predictable. She always charges.
No.
Oh, that's a good result
No,
anyway.
you're clear, mate. I think you're clear. Yeah. Thanks. It's moments like these.
You need to
I want to say thank you to you for calling me when you do.
Yeah.
That's great, isn't it?
Look, that's a great result for us. We're pretty happy. I mean, we weren't certain if it was a bottle or not, but to have it clarified that it's not is just a bit of peace of mind. So we'll just jump up on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Whilst it's a little bit overwhelming to get your hand right down to a gator's stomach, the reality of not doing it and leaving a bottle to go into the intestine and cause a potentially fatal blockage was even more scary.
Now, are you salivating because you're starving? He says, please, I'm really hungry. Oh, I'm starving.
Tick bite victim Danny is finally allowed to eat after fasting for 48 hours.
One at a time. Wait. No. Oh, you're starving.
Leisl
Okay,
is
we've
now
got to see if you
confident
can
his
swallow
swallow
it.
reflex is back to normal.
That's it. You keep that down and you can go home.
It's not going to have any more hair. I'll shave it every week.
No, you're not.
Rosaline is worried Danny's new haircut has made him look like a different breed.
Yeah, short hair Labrador. Now, I have to put a sign up on his head when we go walking that he's a golden retriever. Okay, yes, I miss you too.
He looks a bit like a Labrador, don't you think?
Don't ever say that.
Don't say that. Okay. No, we're just teasing. You're a golden retriever, aren't you? Danny's just gorgeous. Hopefully he'll be back for a visit for cuddles. No more ticks, and they're under strict instructions to check him every day.
Bye.
Let's see how you walk.
As for the accident-prone Woody, he's
Woody?
also on the way home.
I said walk, not run, Woody. Jeez.
And for the first time, Chris can see just how he manages on 3 legs, a legacy of a
So ready
previous
to go.
car accident.
Now, Woody, bit of a tip for the future. Doors, that's how you leave buildings, all right? Good work. Woody, you might just recognise this place. Hey. Bit of a difference, huh?
It's just relief and joy, knowing that everyone's going to be happy in the family that Woody survived, and he's just fantastic. You can see it, it's amazing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's so good to finally see Woody running around on those 3 legs, almost as if nothing ever happened. It was touch and go there for a while, but in a way, his spirit got him into this, but it's also what got him out of it as well.